You clicked this video because you want a flat stomach. And not just any flat stomach. You want that lower belly gone. The pouch, the stubborn part, the part that crunches never seem to touch. You're in exactly the right place. And by the end of this video, you won't just know how to train your lower abs, you'll understand why everything you've been doing until now has been working around the problem instead of solving it. There are thousands of ab videos on YouTube. Most of them show you the same 10 exercises dressed up in different outfits. This one is different. We're not going surface level. We're going deep, literally. I've spent years studying how the core actually functions, and the technique I'm about to show you doesn't even look like a traditional exercise. Most people scroll right past it. But the people who learn it, they start seeing changes in places crunches could never reach. Here's how this video works. We're going through 3 levels. Level 1 is understanding why your lower abs have been ignoring every workout you've thrown at them. Level 2 is the reverse crunch, the exercise that starts to crack the code. And level 3 is the one that changes everything, the vacuum technique. Stick around for level 3. Because what happens when you combine the vacuum with movement, that's where most people's jaws drop. Imagine your stomach not just flat, but pulled inward like someone tied a string to your spine and pulled it toward the floor. That's not flexing, that's activation. That's what we're building toward. And before you think, this isn't for me, or I've tried everything and nothing works, I want you to know this works especially if you've been training for a while and hitting a wall. It also works if you're starting from zero. Because this isn't about doing more, it's about finally doing the right thing. Let's start with what's actually happening inside your core. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Your abs are not one muscle. Most people train as if they are. They do crunches, maybe some leg raises, and call it a day. But the problem isn't effort, it's targeting. The muscle we're after today is called the transversus abdominis. It sits underneath the rectus abdominis. That's the six-pack muscle everyone sees. The transversus is deep. It's the muscle that wraps around your trunk like a natural weight belt. It holds everything in. When it's weak or inactive, the lower belly pushes forward. That's the pouch. Here's the critical part. Standard crunches do almost nothing to activate it. Crunches target the surface. They crunch over the problem instead of addressing it at the root. So you can do 1,000 crunches a day and still have that lower belly. Not because you're not working hard, because you're working the wrong layer. That's what we're fixing today, and it starts with level 2. The reverse crunch is the bridge between standard training and what we're building toward. It flips the movement pattern. Instead of curling your upper body toward your hips, you bring your hips toward your upper body. Lie flat on your back, arms at your sides, palms pressing gently into the floor. Bend your knees and lift your feet so your thighs are vertical, shins parallel to the ground. That's your starting position. Now exhale and curl your hips off the mat. Not a big swing, a controlled, deliberate roll. You're lifting your pelvis toward your rib cage. Think about pressing your lower back into the floor first, then rolling upward. Pause at the top for 1 full second, then lower with control. Feel where that hits? That's lower. That's deeper. That's the region crunches can't reach. Do this wrong and you'll use momentum, a quick snap of the hips that bypasses the abs entirely. Do it right and you'll feel a burning pull 2 inches below your navel after just 8 reps. 3 sets, 10 reps each. Focus on the exhale at the top. Every single rep intentional. But here's the thing. The reverse crunch is only the foundation. What we layer on top of it in level 3 is what actually unlocks everything. The vacuum. This is the technique that elite bodybuilders used for decades before modern fitness buried it. It looks strange. It's not impressive on camera. And it is, without question, the most direct way to train the transversus abdominis that exists. Here's what it is. You exhale all the air from your lungs, every bit. Then, without inhaling, you pull your stomach inward and upward, as if you're trying to make your belly button touch your spine. You hold that. You breathe shallow if you need to, but you maintain that deep hollow. That contraction you're feeling? That is your transversus abdominis firing at a level that no crunch, no matter how advanced, can replicate. You are directly activating the muscle responsible for drawing the lower belly in and keeping it there. Now here's where it becomes a weapon. Take that hollow, that vacuum, and hold it while you perform your reverse crunches. Exhale, pull the stomach in, hold that vacuum. Now perform the reverse crunch. Your abs are now working from two directions simultaneously. The surface muscles perform the movement. The deep muscle maintains the brace. The stimulus you create in that combination is something most people have never felt before in their lower abs. Start with 5 reps holding the vacuum. Rest, rebuild the hollow, 5 more. Over time, you build both the strength and the muscle memory to maintain that deep activation automatically, even when you're not thinking about it. To recap, crunches work the surface. The reverse crunch targets the lower region. The vacuum activates the deep layer underneath everything. Combine them and you have a system that actually addresses what you see in the mirror. The lower belly is not a mystery. It's not genetics. It's not stubborn fat responding to nothing. It's an undertrained muscle that most programs never specifically target. Now you know differently. Train the vacuum every day, at your desk, in the car, waiting in line. It doesn't require a mat, a gym, or a single minute of dedicated workout time. You exhale, you draw in, you hold. That's it. 30 seconds here, a minute there, and your body starts to rewire itself. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. A flat lower belly isn't built during the workout. It's built in the hours between workouts, when your transversus abdominis stays switched on instead of going back to sleep. The vacuum builds that habit. It teaches your core a new default position, pulled in, braced, strong, until it stops being something you have to think about and starts being just the way you carry yourself. That's the shift. Not more reps, not harder exercises. A deeper layer of muscle finally doing its job. So start today, not Monday, not after you finish this video and scroll through 3 more. Today, 10 minutes, 3 sets of reverse crunches with the vacuum locked in on every rep. That's your entry point. That's where the change begins. If this opened your eyes to something new about how your core actually works, give this video a like. It genuinely helps more people find this information when they need it most. And if you want to go deeper, I have a full core training video linked right here that builds directly on everything we covered today. Watch that next, because what we touched on in this video is only the beginning of what your core is capable of. I'll see you in the next one.